Hello and welcome to another OPR Tuesday topic. Bradley Gasawski here with Central Washington University's Outdoor Pursuits and Rentals. Thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor, hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel, CWU Recreation's YouTube channel, so you can come back and visit these videos and other cool videos that myself and students are producing. Today we are going to take a look at a stern oar frame, something that we rent at OPR, and I'm going to show you how to put that together, how to put that on a raft. So if you want to come in and rent one of our 14-foot self-bailing rafts, you can get an oar frame with it. Behind me, you'll see some rafting equipment, oar frames, oars, paddles, pumps, PFDs, and the raft. So, yeah, without further ado, let's put everything together. Quick round the boat, checking out some things. Yeah, so quick big picture. 14-foot self-bailing raft with a stern oar frame that I actually put in the middle of the raft. That way the rower can try and pivot around the most center point of the raft, and that just makes it easier to maneuver the raft. But can be put in the stern, which is the back of the raft. That's where it's designed to go, but it totally works right there. If you put it in the back, you have a few more seats. You can, this thwart would be removed. This frame would be all the way back. And this thwart would go back in. And then you would have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots for someone to sit and help you paddle if you needed to be and if you needed that for whatever reason, or if you just wanted that. You can still fit 4 people in the raft. You just might have some folks behind you, or fit 3 up here. But yeah, so stern frame, put in the middle of the raft. We have our paddles. Something that's noteworthy right off the bat: if something's going to be in a raft, it needs to be tied down. Doesn't matter what it is, unless you're going to be holding it the whole time, like a paddle. For example, paddles don't need to be tied down unless you have an extra paddle, which is what I have tied in back here, an emergency paddle in case we lose one. Same thing over here with this oar. This other oar is extra in case we lose one, right? You need to have extra paddles or oars, or both, if that's going to be how you maneuver the raft down the river. You don't want to be caught in a situation where you lose one of the oars and now you have 1 oar. That would be not fun. Okay, so as far as raft goes, the oars are in, as you see, and the raft is tied down at all 4 corners. And then over here, and harder to see that one over there, but you have here, you have opposite and opposing forces. Same thing over here and over here, so that they pull against each other. That way, right, I can lift the raft up a little, or the frame up a little bit, but it doesn't go anywhere. Also, I have some stuff back here that's in the raft, extra stuff. So I have an extra PFD. It's always a good idea to have an extra PFD. I've already pointed out the paddle. I've got a pump down here, my water bottle, and a dry bag with whatever you might want to have in it: cell phone, keys, lunch, wallets, whatever, sunscreen, just stuff you might want to have on the river. Because remember, everything in the raft except for you or something in your hand needs to be tied down. And so I have this right here. I think this might be a 6-foot NRS strap that I used around the thwart. Put an overhand on a bite, clipped a carabiner to it. Quick note on carabiners: always use a locking carabiner. Never, never, never use a non-locking carabiner. Why? Because a non-locking carabiner can accidentally engage something like the back of a PFD, or something that you might need right away, or not want to be attached to. A locking carabiner can't clip to anything. It's locked. It can't clip to anything but what's already in it. Got my water bottle tied to that. Well, not if, but anytime you're on a river, you really should have a throwback. This is for emergency use. Now, ideally, you would know how to use it. This isn't typically something OPR rents, but if you're gonna rent one of these setups and raft some class 3, then we are gonna strongly recommend you use one of these. So ask us about it. Maybe we can work something out with you. All right. Okay, so again, up here, this strap is used for water bottles, so the other paddlers can have something to attach to, or dry bag, whatever. Also note, the metal cam of the carabiner, not carabiner, sorry, the strap, should be underneath the thwart. Should be away from the points of possible skin contact. Wet skin on something like that, sudden impact or scrape across, that could hurt. So hide that thing under the thwart. When you are using any cam straps, you will have extra, you'll have an extra tail that's not being used. You want to tie that up some way. I use the daisy chain because that's pretty easy to undo. Whatever you tie, just make sure you can undo it. If you tie a bunch of knots and you can't undo the knots, please don't cut the webbing. Please untie the knots. Because if you tie knots and you can't get the knots undone, you can't feed the webbing strap back through the camming device. Here I just used a girthage, around the D-ring. Okay, let's see. So you'll see that this is better. I'm going to need to redo the other side. If I can avoid it, I want to keep the chicken line, this thing here, which is helps people self-rescue out of the raft, or gives them something to hang on to if they fall out. This should be outside of the girth hitch, shouldn't be tied up in the girth hitch. Just good practice that way. It's not the end of the world if you do it the other way, but I like to have my knots clean, so I'm going to address that before I get this thing on the river. Okay, the oar frame. So let me just set this down here, and the way this works is sit here, feet go down here in the foot straps, and you have this that's between you, and it's like rowing a boat. So that's how you would sit in an oar frame. Okay, one last look. Well, we've got the this line, bow line. We'll just tuck that in there for now. You'd want that ideally in the raft, out of the water, maybe daisy chained up, so the tail's out of the way, but it's in the back. Not much is going to be going on back there. All right, so you can rent this from Outdoor Pursuits and Rentals. Don't remember what it costs right now, but I will tell you that it's a steal. There is not a better deal anywhere, unless of course maybe you are a student at another school. Then you probably have great deals there too. All right, there you have it. An oar frame with oars, cam straps, all that comes together with a raft package. And a raft package for a 14-foot self-bailing raft includes 8 PFDs, personal flotation device, also called life jackets, 6 paddles, a pump, not the fancy electric one I used, but good old hand pump, make you strong. Yeah, so raft comes with 6 paddles, 8 PFDs, and a pump, and the 14-foot self-bailing raft. The oar frame package comes with 3 oars, the frame, and enough cam straps to lash it to one of the 14-foot rafts. If you want extra cam straps to lash water bottles to the raft, or dry bag, or extra paddles, PFDs, that's not something that we typically rent. Feel free to ask us about it. But more than likely you'll need to provide something else. Just remember, if you're going down the river, it's good practice and a must in class 3 or bigger whitewater to have everything tied down. Because if for some reason your raft flips and its stuff isn't tied down, say goodbye. It's gone. It's floating down the river. If you're lucky, other people in the party will pick it up for you. If not, it's gone. And it would be a bummer if you lost your keys, wallet, and cell phone, especially if you were traveling on that trip to float a section of river. Okay, again, Bradley Gasawski with Outdoor Pursuits and Rentals at Central Washington University. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed today's Tuesday topic. Please hit the like button below, subscribe to this YouTube channel, see Central Washington University Recreation YouTube channel, where you'll find more cool videos just like this one. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call Outdoor Pursuits and Rentals at 509-963-3537. We are happy to answer any questions that you might have. You can rent these by the day, by the weekend, or by the week, or longer than that if you like. But again, thanks for watching, and I will see you outside.